Hello traders and investors, welcome back to the Trend Trader channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about one of the retail companies that is doing well in South Africa. Before we start with the video, I would like to ask those who haven't subscribed to please consider subscribing. And if you find value in this video, please make sure that you smash the like button. Alright, the company that I want us to look at today is Shoprite Holding Group. Like I said, this is a retail company. It depends on how you want to describe it, but this company is involved in supermarkets, among other things. So one of the reasons why I love this company is because during the emergence of COVID-19, but here in South Africa we started to have issues in 2020. So when COVID was happening, there was a hard lockdown. A lot of companies, they decided to suspend dividend payment. With the benefit of hindsight, it was a fair decision because nobody knew how long COVID-19 was going to last. So companies prioritized capital preservation because if the effect of or the impact of COVID-19 was going to be so severe, some companies would have had challenges with business continuity. But Shoprite Group, somehow it managed to continue to pay dividends. And for that reason, I do like Shoprite Group. And there are technical reasons. For those people that appreciate technical analysis, stay tuned because we'll also cover technical analysis of Shoprite Holding Group. Just a brief introduction for those people that do not know what Shoprite Group is. So if you can go to the Shoprite Group website, not Shoprite the supermarket, but the Shoprite Group. So Shoprite Group is a diversified company that operates a couple of supermarkets and some furniture shop. The way that they describe themselves, they say that they are the largest South African retailer by market capitalization, sales profit, and the number of employees and customers that they have. So whenever we invest in companies, we prefer to invest in companies that have growing profit because the dividends that we receive, they come from those profits. So some of the brands within the Shoprite Group include Shoprite the supermarket, Usave, Checkers, and there are many other companies within the Shoprite and Checkers umbrella. But there's also OK and OK Furniture, there's House and Home, there's Made Right. They also own CompuTicket, which is a company that is used to sell tickets for different events. And not recently, but it's been a while, they've also introduced Checkers 60, which is just a way of buying grocery without going to the shop. You go to the app, you place the order, then somebody comes and they deliver. There are plenty of other players within this food delivery business, grocery delivery business, because if I say food, it starts to sound like Uber Eat or Take a Lot or Mr. D. So we all know that Woolworths have Woolies Dash in this. They are also growing. Also, it's good to see that Checkers is growing as well in this competitive sector. So Shoprite have over 2,400 corporate stores and over 500 franchise outlets. So the good thing, one of the things that we've covered in the past, or in South Africa, companies, they have to do a bit of black economic empowerment. So they do have those highlights in their website where they cover. You can see that they have a 8.9 billion rand evergreen BE employees trust that is under the Shoprite Checkers Group. Okay, so I've said a lot about the company. You can find more information on the company website and what the company does. Recently, the company came up with an operating update or operational update that ended in September 2022. What we see in this operation update is that the supermarket in South Africa, including or excluding liquor, it grew by over 15%. So when we exclude a liquor shop, it grew by 16.6%, and if you include the liquor shop, it increased by 19.9%. So that is just 0.1% shy of becoming a 20% growth. Then when you look at the supermarket outside South Africa, they grew by 18.8%. So what we see here is that there's growth in this business. It's growing by over 15% locally and outside South Africa. However, the furniture segment of the business, it only grew by 5.2%. So that is less than 10%. There's nothing great about it. Then they also have other operating segment which also grew by 10.8%. These are not a result, it's just an operational update. It would be nice to see what the future result will have in store for us. What we would like to see, we would like to see some good revenue growth as we've been seeing in the past, and some good profit growth, because if the profit is growing, it can sometimes translate into dividend growth payment. So there is a lot that they said in this operational update. You can also find that information in there. Right. Finally, we can now look at the chart of Shoprite Group to see why do we love this company and why we bought shares last week. Okay, so for some time we've been keeping an eye on Shoprite Group. As you can see in the chart, you see that the share price, it came somewhere around 204 rand per share, which was the previous resistance level. The share price consolidated above this resistance level before pushing up. It went up to about 247 rand to just below 250 rand per share. So that was a new high at that time. That happened in April 2022. That was before the share price started to pull back, to come back to the previous breakout level of 204 rand per share, of which the stock found support there before it continued to push up again, coming to that previous 248 250 rand region. But as we know, 2022 has been tough. A lot of companies have pulled back for a while. It's the same thing that we saw with Shoprite. After it reached 248 again, it started to pull back, but this time not going down to 204. It found support somewhere around 210 215 rand per share, and then it continued to push up. But before it pushed up, this second attempt to break above 250 rand per share and the pullback that followed them, it started to create something that looked like a double bottom. I mean, a top, not a double bottom, a double top, because a double bottom is going to be the opposite of this pattern. So this top or double top, it is a bearish signal. So what we're waiting to see, we wanted to see that the share price can come back and undercut this 200 rand per share, possibly pushed down there. So we didn't have a position. Fortunately, buyers stepped up around 215 and they managed to push the share price up. As we see that the share price now, it started to come back to that 248 region. So what we were having, we had the buy stop order. Previously wanted to buy Shoprite shares if it breaks above 248. It didn't happen. Luckily we were not in a position, so that pullback, it happened without us, and that rally before it broke above 248, it also happened without us. That's the thing with technical analysis. Sometimes you can avoid capital deterioration in your portfolio, but you can also easily miss other opportunities. It is something that you have to live with if you decide to use technical analysis approach in the stock market. So now when we saw this rally coming back up there, we were anticipating that Shoprite might break above that 248. Remember, we had the buy stop order above this level, so again we are still waiting there. So on Monday, when the operational update came in, buyers stepped in. Last week you can see that there was a large amount of buyers. Then they pushed the price to all above 254 before the share price started to pull back a bit just before the end of the week. At this moment, we do have a position. We entered somewhere around 248. So our stop loss is just below this low, or somewhere around 227. But also another area that you can easily set the stop loss is somewhere around 220 rand per share. But that one is going to be a bit wider. So what we're expecting to happen next week, not next week, what we're expecting to see with this stock, it is something similar that happened somewhere around December 2021. The stock may consolidate just above this resistance level, or the resistance level that it has broken into, somewhere around 248 250, before continuing to move further up. If it does move up, great, we will really appreciate that move upward. So that's it that we wanted to share with you with regards to Shoprite. It is the biggest retailer. It's profitable. It has a high market cap. Well, we cannot dwell much on the market cap because it is the function of price. If the share price go up, the market cap can also go up, assuming that the number of issued shares is fixed. If the share price drops, then the market capitalization, it drops as well. So what we're interested in is the revenue of Shoprite Group and the profitability of the business. There are other retail companies that reported their result. One of them was Spar. I'm just trying to remember the share code of Spar. We don't have a position in Spar. The result came out, we don't even remember the result, but as you can see, the share price, it fell, it opened somewhere around 160 rand per share, closing down to about 137 rand per share. So that was over 20 rand per share loss in the last week. In this company, it came out with the result. Another company that we have interest in this case, we do have a position with Woolworths. You can see from the chart we've got plenty of drawings. That is because we have been monitoring the share price of Woolworths and planning our trades. So what we're looking for initially, we're looking for Woolworths to break above this 68 rand per share, 70 rand per share resistance level. So we are busy looking at that, but over a period of about 12 months, so our resistance level was somewhere around 65 rand per share. On TradingView, we've shared our idea a couple of times. If you follow us on Twitter, you will know that we've posted a chart of Woolworths for a while, or even if you follow us on Facebook, you will know that we posted Woolworths charts previously. So when Woolworths crossed above 65 rand per share, then our trade was triggered. So now we do have a position with a stop loss just somewhere around 62 rand per share. Same thing with Shoprite. The company reported positive result. We would like to see the market also respond positively to those results. If they do respond positively, then we can expect the share price to continue to go up. Technical analysis allow us to plan where we can enter the market. But those companies, whenever they come up with those positive results and the market participants are responding positively to those news, then there is a chance that the share price can also move up. Positive result without positive reaction from market participant is not good for the stocks. So that's it that we wanted to share with you today. Once again, those who haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you did find value in this video, please make sure that you smash that like button. If you have any comment or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. We respond to all the comments in our videos. That's it. We will see you in the next video.